Hey guys, Monday. I just know how badly Chuck wants a weather update, but what are we looking at today? We are looking at Mr. Pineapple wheat beer. Beer with natural pineapple juice added. See, there's just some things that I just don't think you should add to beer. But, having said that, I know my friend Stephen Bush, has reviewed this. I don't remember if I had some smart-ass comment on that one or not, but I know I watched this, and you basically said, going into it, that it was pineapple beer, and if you were to rate it as pineapple beer, it wasn't all that bad. Having said that, let's do this. Has a born on date. 6/24 of 10. No, just kidding. And I said if this one was a complete fail, we were gonna do the Sriracha Hot Stout from Rogue, but I don't know. Almost seems like that deserves its own review. So if this gets drank all the way through and I have nothing else to do but pop another beer and hang out with you guys, and I'll probably just have to go over there and find something that maybe didn't get reviewed for a while as opposed to something that hasn't been reviewed at all. Just saying. Well, it looks like beer that someone dumped pineapple juice into. Smells like a beer that smells like a wheat beer that somebody dumped pineapple juice in. Right? So, since all the boys are here, this area kind of was, long story short, I moved Shelby's chair because moved Shelby's chair, and she came down here and she's just like bouncing off of me, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and I folded out the chair, so now she's happy, or at least content. Okay, so cheers. Oh, this was from Johnny Watson. Well, I'll say this. It's much better than that peach beer from, I don't know where the hell it was from, New Mexico or something like that, that Christine gave me, that she won at work, and there wasn't a chance in hell that she was going to drink it, and there's still a bunch of them in there. Okay, I guess I can sort of see what you were saying, Steve. First of all, if you were to, like, say, pick this out, and you knew going into it that it was pineapple, weirdly as it may sound, the fact that they've coupled pineapple juice with a wheat beer probably works better than just about any other beer characteristic. It's warm. It was a really nice day. We actually have the next 2 weeks. See, Chuck, you get it anyway. Above average. Like, possibly tomorrow might even be like a record warm. Don't know. I hope not. pouring a driveway and a sidewalk, and so that combination of the pineapple juice and the wheat beer, and unlike some wheat beers that are, like, to me, just a little overdone, this one is, if the pineapple juice was in there, where are you going? Oh, you're abandoning me because there might be food involved for you? No, that's fine. Like my, it's the base of this. If you just were able to go and get rid of the pineapple part of it, it would be, I think, pretty close to my by far. I mean, not only is Oberon from Bell's a wheat beer, which I guess I can honestly say I didn't even know it was. It's just one of those things where it comes out. I usually grab a bunch of them, and because it's seasonal, and so a wheat beer with pineapple juice. It is. This one's a really easy one for you to, even for someone like Smile Money to follow. Okay, you ready? It starts off right here, tasting like wheat beer with pineapple juice, and if you roll ahead to the middle, it tastes like wheat beer with pineapple juice, and if you not quite, just like almost to the very end, it's kind of like wheat beer with pineapple juice, and then right here, after that last swallow, and you're just sitting there going, it tastes like wheat beer with pineapple juice. If I had another one, I would gladly open it and drink it. Is it awesome? No. Alcohol percentage? I'll just say by craft industry standards, because it doesn't say anywhere on the can, it's a 5.0. I guess I'd be shocked if it was less, because most of the time it's 5 or greater. And if it's more than 5, then they have it very well hidden. Because I don't notice any alcohol at all. I'm just picking 5 because if you're going to do craft beer and you don't at least start at 5. Okay, so hang on a second. I'm not actually going to check. I just remember that me and Hasman were going back and forth about how good the drink was going to taste, and my battery is completely dead. Okay, how is it possible? This cord has no end. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, now back to being professional. First of all, I'm gonna throw this out there. I kind of like Steve did. I knew going into this that this was wheat beer that I'm not a huge fan of, but it's kind of been growing on me, and with pineapple juice in it. It actually was good. Kind of like, it's got a good thumbs up. Okay. So I don't lose all my credibility. What a joke. In the category of wheat beers with pineapple juice in it, I guess I'm just going to put this in the category of a wheat beer. I'd give this a 7.5. if I saw it again, I'd 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 probably honestly buy some of the shit. So it's 7.5. Hazman, number 4. Homemade tiki torch. You know what I'm saying right there? That's Tommy gun. Not exactly sure what she's about to go gunning. Now what? I mean, still got like 33 minutes of battery left. And compared to yesterday, boy, see, this is what happens. 1 minute you complain about a less than 20-minute brew review, and I follow it up with like an hour. Politically, I still fail to understand on the way home that dimwit Pamela Holder, was it Pamela Holder? Pamela something. Tamara Holder, friend of Sean Hannity's, still is like supporting Hillary. Really? Glad you support a liar. She would be a great candidate for president. Let me you check that out, and I'm gonna go grab a beer. I mean, you won't miss me, trust me. A little something that NIHAP sent for the shoot, and I don't know if any of them got drank. But that leads me to my next subject. Tomorrow, why don't we look at this? Why am I covering it up? Because it may look familiar as 6 Point Brewery's 3-bean, but it's 4-bean. That's right. They added another bean. I mean, I know the 10% by volume. I'm not sure if they mention what. Let's see. Madagascar vanilla. I know it used to be vanilla bean, coffee bean, cocoa bean. I'd have no idea what the 4th bean is. But, well, excuse me. I want to try this tomorrow. This is another one that would probably cellar nicely, but to be totally honest, anytime I have a surplus of these are absolutely adored by Christine's good friend Wendy. So anytime I get my hands on these, I have I've always tried to kind of hang on to it. But why don't we look at this? Why don't we look at this tomorrow? And we're gonna look at the Rogue on its own at a later date, because the Mr. Pineapple turned out to not be all that bad. I could just finish the orange juice on ice, but grapefruit sculpin. And who was it? Miguel? Gonzalez Firearms? Are you the one that pilfered the 7% by volume? Pilfered the habanero scalpin? There's always someone that wants to try that. I think maybe I don't remember if it was you or who the hell wanted to try it last year. It's not bad. I mean, It definitely tastes like, you know, their regular scalping with habanero peppers in it. Not imitation, just if you saw a chunk of pepper floating in there, you wouldn't be the wiser. Almost committed a beer fall. Out of curiosity, because, you know, when I ask a question, at least a third of you actually answer it, which means by this point 2/3 of you have already moved on, which is fine. That's cool. Beer. Out of curiosity, how many of you will not drink a can of beer or a bottle of beer out of the container it came in and always put it in a glass? I don't know. Me personally, very seldom do I, you know, when everybody was here for the shoot, you know, we're going through them too fast, so after a certain point it's hard to keep track of the glasses, so I, at that point, was just drinking from whatever they came from. But typically, I don't know why, I like to drink a beer. I don't even give a shit if it's a cheap ass beer or a good one out of glass. Just me. So if they can make grapefruit scalping, wonder if they could make like pine tree scalping. Really gotta see if the boys over at Keyport Liquor, Superior, Wisconsin. I really gotta see if they can get a hold of Piney the Elder. That was one I remember being very, very good, but early on in my craft appreciation, now I kind of wonder if the troll dude that ripped on me for my review of that Abbey. If you want to watch it, if you want to see a good review of this, go to Greg's Beer Reviews. Fine, you know, Greg drinks a lot of beer. I've also left comments, and Greg never comments back. But to each his own. I try. Chuck will be the first to point out the other channel, you know, the one that I'm about to, you know, close down and just give up on completely. You know, when you're working 6, and this particular case ended up actually did work a little while yesterday, involuntarily, of course. I was just getting ready to start the day off, and my little Greggy Poo called and had the dump truck buried up to the axle and asked me to if I could come up and tow him out. What he forgot to mention is he thought I was going to drive the Toyota over, well, he assumed that it was here, but that I was going to bring the Silverado up and tow the dump truck out with that. So when I showed up at the Toyota, he was just like, I'm like, what? He's like, where the hell did you bring that? And I go, because the other one is like 3 miles that way for sale on a busy intersection through a friend of mine, Bill, the owner of Ganucci's. And I'm just like, you know, it's 4-wheel drive. It's got some big-ass tires on it. I have confidence. He just kind of shook his head and figured I had just wasted both of our times. But guess what? Guess what pulled the 1-ton dually dump truck, stuck up to its axle in clay, out without a single problem? Yeah, that's right, a Toyota Tacoma. So fuck you, Greg. It's a term of endearment. See, that's a little... You guys might want to give this a try on the job site. You know, me and Greg have been, you know, You know, the whole formality of good morning, how are you? You know, we've been trying to mix it up. I know this is going to sound made up, but we've been going with it. It's actually kind of been working. Gets out of the truck this morning, looks at me, I smile, he smiles, he says, fuck you. And I'm like, fuck you too. And he's like, it's just, I don't know, it just seems like it works better in the morning. It's just like, you know, screw that pussy good morning shit. You know, tomorrow, walk up to your coworker. You know, if you're in a cube city, just walk in and look at everybody and say, everybody, fuck you. I don't know. It sure has been working good with the two of us. I'd try it. I really would. Your supervisor, job soup. I'm sure Hazman's probably does that every morning already. It's probably not even new for him. By the way, Stripey McCatpuss, your package safely arrived. The recipient of said package was concerned because I asked the recipient of your package if they wanted to know what was in it, and he's like, no, I like to be surprised. Well, I probably should have at least informed them that it probably wasn't going to sound good. If you shake the box, it sounded like a box full of broken glass. But Stripey McCatpuss knows what was in the box and why it was making that sound. But so, it's there. Probably not going to get utilized too much this season. Maybe. Never know. You know, if that particular area is going through a kind of a heat flash, like we are. I know. 2. That's the answer. The question, how old are you? 2 and drinking beer. This is good. Now, if you don't like the grapefruit side of citrus, probably right off the bat you went by something that says grapefruit scalping on it. Oh, and NIHAP, because we had this conversation. Gotta love. Hey Google. It's like I gotta watch it. If you actually have that feature set up on your phone, and then you're in a room with a whole bunch of people that have that feature set up on the phone, it pretty much everybody gets triggered. Okay, Google. As it turns on. It's not quite as cool as Siri because she doesn't like get pissed off when you ask her all sorts of weird questions. Okay, Google. What is craft beer?
According to Top of the Hops, here is a quick definition from the Brewers Association. An American craft brewer is small, independent, and traditional. Small, annual production of beer less than 2 million barrels. Beer production is attributed to a brewer according to the rules of alternating proprietorships.
As a footnote, if any of you are already experiencing Windows 10, Windows 10 has an assistant, Katana, and she's kind of like Siri, but you guys that have iPhones and want to sit and ask Siri a bunch of immature questions, she will answer a lot of stuff, but at a certain point she starts to get really pissed. Don't ask her what her breast size is. Just trust me on this one. Okay, so we've established we're going to look at 4-Bean from 6 Point Brewery from NIHAP tomorrow. Mr. Pineapple really wasn't all that bad. Thanks, Stephen Bush, for wrecking it. This orange juice is really, really good. This was, well, if there was vodka in this orange juice, it would be Virus and not the Crystal Skull. Maybe not right now, because I've already had, I might have already had some vodka, but one of these times, like maybe tomorrow, I might do a lead off with a side-by-side comparison between the Crystal Skull and the Virus. According to my daughter, she says that she actually likes the Virus more than the Crystal Skull. Then I said, what about the Ocean, the one in the blue bottle, the one from Hawaii? And she's like, that's a good question. So, as of this moment in time, my three favorite vodkas are Virus, Crystal Skull, and the Ocean. I think I might have to pick up another bottle of the Ocean and maybe do a shot, and a shot. You know, just it's all part of science. That's all. Just part of science. What else? I really need to do a video over on the dyeing channel. I have plenty of material to work with. Three new pistols. I kind of wanted to do. I don't want to give it completely away. I got stuff. It's just, and I need to get the Shoot-A-Palooza video up. It really paid off that my good friend Steve spent the majority of the day walking around with the camera until I realized that I had a camera in Steve's hand all day long, but that I'm gonna make it up to him. We already discussed this. I'm gonna make it up to him. Hopefully this coming weekend I can make good on that family day. Chuck. And if Steve is able to come along, he really, and I only bring this up is because this has been the home defense gun. I figured if nothing else, if you kicked in my front door and the first thing that you saw was that, there is a good chance, a decent chance, that I wouldn't even have to squeeze the trigger. I am willing. You know, you just came into my house, mostly uninvited, and I would be happy to reciprocate with a 300 grain, please fucking leave thing going on. I know there's people that say that isn't a good home defense gun because, you know, it only holds a total of 8 shots, but, you don't need a casket or a box. You just need several small baggies, and cleanup is probably a little bit more extensive than planned. I also want to find that out. I have been saving stuff, and I think if we actually do go out this weekend, I will be bringing, along with a lot of jugs of water, I would also like to maybe pick up some watermelon. And just so that the safety sallies are, this is safe because it is loaded, and that's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, it's okay now. Okay, well, let's see, it's cool. It's been more than the short one and less than the longest one. And orange juice is good for you. Vitamin C, help replenish the fluid loss from today. Not that kind heavy. Another stellar job making it to Shootapalooza this year. He just recently had a birthday. Hornet Fixer. Want to definitely wish him a happy birthday. I mean, is it 90 or 91? I can't remember. He's either 90 or 91. Okay guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to take a look at the 4-bean from 6 Point Brewery. Compliments of NIHAP. And a thank you to Johnny Watson, the Pistol Breaker. I know you got this because it was funny, but it actually turned out to be good. So, okay guys, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow, Ed.